Hello, my name is Sean Reynolds and I'm an instructor here at the Fort Worth CDL School. We'll inspect our safety equipment. We'll begin by ensuring that we have a properly charged fire extinguisher and that it is properly secured. We'll make sure we have 3 reflective triangles and that we have extra fuses that fit our vehicle. I'll now chock my wheels. I will begin by doing a safe start. I will watch for the dash indicator for my ABS light to come on. I will look in my mirror and observe my ABS light on the side of my trailer. Now we'll start my engine. I will raise the air pressure until my compressor cuts off at 125 psi. I will listen, and when I'll state at what PSI I hear it cut off. There, I heard my air compressor cut off at 125 PSI. I will now apply both brakes. I will kill my engine. I will turn the ignition to electric only. I will now begin my static test. Once my air pressure stabilizes, I will time 60 seconds. I should lose no more than 3 psi in 1 minute. I will now apply pressure to the service brake. I should lose no more than 4 psi in 1 minute. I will now do my low air pressure test. I will pump my brakes. My alarm should come on at or before 60 psi. And my alarm has come on at 60 psi. I will now continue pumping my brake until my emergency valves pop out. That should happen between 20 and 45 psi. And my valves have popped out. I will now restart my engine, build my air pressure back up to at least 100 psi within 90 seconds. I'll raise my RPMs up to 1,000. Now we'll move on to our tug test and our 5 mph test. With both valves pulled out, I'll put the truck in drive, attempt to pull forward. The truck and trailer should not move. And the brakes hold. I will now test my tractor brake by pushing in the trailer brake. I will attempt to move forward. The truck should not move forward. And the tractor brake holds. I will now test my trailer brake. I will pull out the trailer brake while pushing in the tractor brake. I will attempt to move forward. The trailer should not move forward. and the trailer brake holds. I will now perform my 5-mile-an-hour test. I will move the truck forward at 5 miles per hour. Apply the brakes. The truck should stop smoothly without pulling to the left or right. And the service brake functions correctly. With my headlights turned on, I will test my high beam indicator, my left turn signal indicator, my right turn signal indicator, my four-way hazards, and I will make sure that I have no less than 1/8 of a tank of DEF. My windshield has no cracks, breaks, or illegal stickers. My mirrors are clean, all of my mirrors, and properly adjusted. My cameras are clean and in working condition. My windshield wiper arm and blade are properly secured and not damaged. My windshield wipers operate smoothly, and washer fluid sprays evenly across the windshield. We'll begin by turning the air to hot, and we'll make sure that hot air is blowing from the vents. Now we'll check the defrost and make sure that hot air is blowing evenly across the dash and onto the windshield. And we'll inspect our air horn and our electric horn. Clearance lights, my headlight, my high beam, left turn signal, right turn signal, four-way hazards. First we'll inspect my clearance lights. We'll inspect my tail lights. We'll inspect my left turn signal, my right turn signal, my four-way hazard, and my brake light. I'll inspect the underside of my vehicle for leaks or puddles. I'll make sure that the vehicle is sitting level. I'll inspect all of my lenses. I'll make sure that they are the proper color, they're clean, they're not broken, and they're not missing. We're going to do our critical fluid check. We'll check our engine oil and our power steering fluid. They both have the same procedure. We'll remove the dipstick, clean the dipstick, replace the dipstick, remove the dipstick again, and check to make sure that we are between the fill and the full lines. On both of these, we will then replace the dipstick. Then we will walk around to the other side and we will visually inspect that our coolant level is between the minimum and maximum line. And I will check that my coolant level is between the minimum and maximum fill line. And we'll now inspect our steering system. We'll start with our power steering gearbox. We'll make sure that's properly secured and there are no leaks. Then we'll inspect our power steering hoses. We'll make sure that there are no abrasions, bulges, or cuts, and no leaks, and that they are properly secured. Now we'll move down to our 3-piece steering linkage. We'll make sure that there are no cracks, bends, breaks, or illegal welds. We'll make sure there are no loose or missing nuts or bolts, and we'll make sure there are no missing cotter pins. We'll now inspect our tire. It should be inflated between 110 and 120 psi. The valve stems should not be damaged. There can be no missing valve stem caps. We'll check the sidewall for no abrasions, bulges, and cuts. We'll make sure that the wear is even across the tread. We'll check our tread depth and make sure that the steer tire has at least 4 32 an inch of tread depth. Your drive tires and your tandems must have at least 2 32 an inch of tread depth. The rim can have no cracks, bends, or breaks, or illegal welds. There can be no loose or missing nuts or bolts. Inspect for damaged or broken studs. Inspect for loose or missing lug nuts. Make sure they are all present. Inspect for shiny threads and rust trails that would show looseness. Inspect for missing, shifted, cracked, or broken leaf springs and leaf spring mounts. Ensure that your shocks are properly mounted, not damaged, and not leaking. You'll also inspect the airbag on the drive axle to make sure that it is properly secured, not leaking, and not damaged. We'll inspect our brake hoses for abrasions, bulges, and cuts, as well as leaks. We'll also make sure that they're properly secured. We'll inspect our brakes for contaminants such as grease or oil that could affect stopping. We're going to check for that between the brake pads and the brake rotor, and on the trailer we'll check between the drum liner and the drum itself. Inspect all lenses on the side of the truck and the side of the trailer are clean, the proper color, not broken, and not missing. All cameras and all mirrors, including the hood mirror, are clean and not cracked. The camera mount and the mirror mounts are not bent. They're mounted securely and there are no missing parts. I'll open my battery door. I'll inspect that my batteries are secure, my cables are tight, there's no excessive corrosion, and I'll secure my door. Door is now secure. My depth tank is properly secured. The cap is secure. And there are no leaks. And my fuel tank is securely mounted. My cap is secure and there are no leaks. So I'll inspect my truck frame and my trailer frame, make sure there's no cracks, bends, breaks, or illegal welds. I would also inspect the trailer floor to make sure that there are no holes in the cargo area. My air and electrical connectors are securely fastened and not damaged. The air hoses have no abrasions, bulges, cuts, or air leaks. The electrical line has no damage and does not drag against any part of the vehicle. My fifth wheel skid plate should have no cracks, bends, or breaks. It should also be properly mounted and properly greased. There should be no visible gap between my fifth wheel skid plate and the apron. The kingpin and the apron should not be cracked, bent, or broken. I would look into the fifth wheel gap to make sure the locking jaw is securely engaged around the kingpin. I'd make sure that my release lever is securely engaged, and I would make sure that my safety latch is in place. I'll make sure that my landing gear legs are completely raised, the crank handle is secure, there are no damaged or missing parts, and there's the proper clearance between the end of the tractor and my landing gear. The reflective tape is present and properly affixed to the trailer. And inspect that all of the tandem release pins are secure. Inspect that all the lenses on the back of your trailer are all clean, the proper color, not broken, and not missing. The reflective tape is present and properly affixed to the trailer.